Get too much punishment running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break off big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The Ravens at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Jackson to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 21 yards there on third down.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3 zip. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You
get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson now. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. Tucker with the extra point. And he grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Willis looking to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They go play action with Jackson. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To the air on first down, here's Willis. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. For Dobbins, hit, and he fumbles. And the Bengals grab it. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When you break a couple of tackles.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Fumble on first down. Now here's second down. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Able to hang on to the ball this time and in the process picks up the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 52 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They'll run with Dobbins. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
One more time with Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always said, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside the pocket, and it results in a sack. To try again after the sack, Willis. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Here's Willis on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Willis. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Willis. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Willis on third down. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 61 yards. And the Bengals have moved out in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 17 yards on the catch and one. It's a first down.
Tight ends just use their size and their strength to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Now it's Jackson. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action. Willis. Dumps it off to Mixon. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Mixing up the middle. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 18-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the option. Running right. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Malik Willis, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. That one complete to Anderson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asked asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to Mixon on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
at the 23, second and 8. An option handoff here to Mixon.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They've called this number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, here's an option play left.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up the 4th down.
Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. McPherson's kick is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Well, we're in Baltimore. Third quarter action, 2nd and 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Malik Willis, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Jackson on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Play action. It's Jackson. He's got Anderson on the slant. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete.
But here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
78 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bengals are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD.
McPherson on for the point after.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing again on second down. Jackson being chased out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Once again, they run with Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Steps away to his left.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Forced out to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 104 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. To throw again is Jackson. And this one's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense.